Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
You know, there's just some people who are reasons why we can't have nice things. And there's probably going to be some people that say that I probably shouldn't even spend any time talking about this guy, but I haven't put out an update video. I put out some videos earlier in the week. As everyone knows, this past Friday, if you've been watching the channel or you've been following me over on Twitter, I got the second COVID shot. Okay, I got the Pfizer vaccine, and they told me at the first shot, okay, they said that you might get headache, you might get a fever, body ache, fatigue, symptoms similar to the flu, basically, they said, okay, and that it'll probably get you within the first day or so. And if that be the case, take Tylenol or whatever. It'll last for about a day, and then it'll go away. Well, I got it on Friday. As I've said, started having some pretty rough symptoms, some that were concerning on Saturday morning. I've addressed those in the video on Rockfin. This I'm planning on trying to get up on both channels. So I'm not going to go too much into that here since this will be going on YouTube. There will be dicey stuff brought up, but it ain't going to be my opinion. It's going to be me responding to someone else's. But either way, I put out on Twitter how I was feeling. As of right now, I feel fine. Okay, I don't really have any issue. My neck's kind of jacked up so every now and then and gets a headache. But look, that's an injury I've had for a long time. I've been fighting that for years. And unfortunately, anytime I do get sort of sick, it's like my whole body becomes weaker. And so for some odd reason, I don't know why, but it's like my neck will get jacked up anyway. If I get sick and I start running a fever or anything like that, my neck will get jacked up way worse. It'll just get so tight and tense and it'll feel locked up. And when it gets like that, I just get a pain that starts right at like the base of my skull right there and comes over the top of my head down into my eyes and makes my eyes feel like they're the size of golf balls. I mean, it's just I get migraines. And that one was a whopper. Okay, that was a bad one. But I went to the chiropractor. The chiropractor's like, yeah, you got a lot of tension in your neck right now. And sometimes I go to this place, Joint Chiropractic, right? And sometimes you go and there's certain doctors they have in there at different times that they can't really get in there and get stuff to moving, I guess, the way others can. Well, I had a new guy. I'd never seen this doctor before, but he was definitely a stout dude, and he got some shit to cracking. And that helped tremendously with the headache, took some relief, and I'm pretty much back to normal now. But the issue is, some of the things that I saw when I put my situation out on Twitter, people sent stuff back to me or tagged me in the tweets or whatever, and it was concerning because some of the similar things that I had, other people had, but it turned out in a more severe way. Okay. Now, I'm not going to dive too deep into that again. This is going on YouTube, and YouTube's policy right now is you can't be anti-vax, so we're not going to go there and dive into the opinion piece on that, okay? But there was some responses that I started getting, and it was just the polar opposite sides of the spectrum. And it's a good thing I got one hand over here in the blue and one over here in the red when I say polar opposites, because, buddy, let me tell you, they were the perfect example of the two sides go nuts. The first guy wound up blocking me on Twitter. The second guy, I wound up blocking him because I'm done listening to his fucking ignorance. Okay? But we'll come back to this guy in just a minute. But the guy over here, he's defending the vaccine. There's nothing wrong with it. Many people have taken it or safe. In his own words, you need to move on to the adult issues. Who the fuck dictates what that is? You? and you know, I kind of brought that guy up in the video half that went on Rockfin. So I'm not going to focus on him too much. But then we got another guy. Now, for the YouTube computers out there, this is not my opinion. This is what someone was saying to me. I am reporting on what someone said to me. I 100% believe COVID is real. I do not believe that COVID is fake. COVID is real. Okay? It is a real thing. I've got my theories on how it came to be, but I believe it's real. I know people who've got COVID. I know people who've died from COVID. I know people who had COVID and are still in the process of trying to recover from COVID. It's real. But this guy started the whole thing. His name is Lawrence Mulrooney, which is ironic because later on, and again, but buckle up for this. He tried to accuse me of commenting on one of his videos under a fake name, which I didn't. If I got something to say to you, dude, promise you, there's a set of balls between my legs. I'll say it to you myself. I don't need to try to do it under the guise of some other name, which is ironic because when you look into this guy, supposedly his name is Jeremy. So where the fuck does Lawrence Mulrooney come from? But anyway, so this guy is some kind of a rapper on YouTube, okay? And I use the term rapper very lightly. He's more like a terrible rhymer. See, I'm not the hugest rap fan in the world, but I do listen to some. But what I will tell you is, good recognizes things that are other good. If you've got a taste for things that are good, you can recognize things from just about any other style that are good. You kind of recognize it, okay? If you've got an appreciation for music and lyrics, even if you don't like the way the music sounds, you could look at the lyrics and say, it's got a good message to it, okay? Let me tell you what ain't part of that group, first of all. Rapping about boiling eggs. That ain't, no, I'm sorry. That don't come across just from the title, Eggs Boiling in the Morning. Already, I'm skeptical going in when I see a title with a name like that. I'm like, the hell is this? But the point is, this guy comes on Twitter and makes the claim, COVID isn't even real. And I argued him back on that point. I'm like, yeah, it is. Then he starts wanting to give me all kinds of shit because I took the vaccine. Why did I take it? Well, I'll say the same thing I told him. Okay? I took it because of what has happened with our government and the fact that my job was going to be requiring. For my position especially, because my job involves me going around to a lot of different sites if I'm not helping out at one because someone's out, which is what I'm doing right now. Eventually, that's going to end. So, he went on to call me, quote now, a waged cuck. Selling out, I didn't put up a fight. Oh, and I chose money over God. Because when I asked him, this was for my job, what did you expect somebody to do? Man, you should have quit your job and put your trust in God. God will always provide. First of all, don't get into the religious conversation with me, okay? I went to a Christian school for 6 years. I was raised in church. My family is Christian. I've read the Bible many times. I've studied deeply into religion. You obviously don't know the same God that I know. First of all, the God I know says, yes, you pray to him and he will provide, it says. Also says he won't pretty much do things for those that aren't willing to do things for themselves. Faith without works is dead. You don't just sit back and pray for God to provide for you and do nothing. You have to get out and put some skin into the game and try to do something for yourself. Yourself. Faith without works is dead. Anything you want from faith, you got to put in work for. Which means if you want to be any sort of successful, you got to try to be successful. You've got to try to do this on your own. That's what I'm doing. If this thing were to kill me over, which I don't think is going to happen at this point, I did what I had to do to keep my job and provide for my family. I'm not going to put myself or put me and my family at risk of having financial hardships to avoid taking this thing at this point. This is not like I committed some act of treason. This is not like I sold my soul to Satan. We're not talking about that, okay? And I'm not going to do that. If it came to that, we'd be talking a whole different situation. But at this point, what else are you going to do? More and more jobs are starting to mandate this. And he gets the argument, you should just quit your job. You can't find another job. Look at all the work that's out there. Okay, easy talking point to dissect there, right? Yeah, there's jobs. What are they paying per hour? And if they are paying good, what do you have to be qualified in to get them? See, I've been in a certain field for quite some time. I've worked my way up the ladder. It's not exactly another opportunity just out there in that field right at this moment. And I could easily go find another job, probably making a fraction of what I make right now, which again, still puts me in financial hardship to avoid taking this thing. My wife still has not taken it. You know why? Because her job's not requiring it. So we're going to let it go. Okay? You know, this is coming from my job. Okay? They pretty much told me, you really need to get this if you're going to be doing what we're needing you to do. Okay? So as much as I didn't like it, I bit the bullet and I did it. Now, you can call me whatever you want to call me. If you want to insult me for doing that, you want to name call me for doing that, I got news for you. I don't really give a shit what your opinion is. You don't live in my world. You don't live in my shoes. You don't pay the bills in my fucking house. So as far as what I do with my personal body is concerned, fuck you. It's not your decision. I didn't want to do this thing necessarily. I did it for my job. And if you don't like that, go fuck yourself. It's not your life to live. It's not your body. It's not your life and it's not your death. I don't need your fucking approval. Okay? You don't like it. Kiss my fucking ass and move along. I don't need your fucking approval. But the bottom point that comes down to this though is, this is what I'm getting at. Why we can't have simple conversations about this vaccine anymore. Because you get people like me who saw some of these reactions and at the very least say, there's something going on here. Maybe we should look into this. Maybe we need to make some adjustments at the very least to this thing. Right? Now I get nothing's ever going to be perfect, but my skepticism comes from reality and what I have seen and what I have seen with Big Pharma. Okay? This guy starts pushing some straight up QAnon bullshit. He starts saying shit about the vaccine has got aborted babies in it. Where the fuck? And then he started getting into stuff about certain oxides that are inside this vaccine or whatever. And look, and I've seen that stuff before. And I'm not going into that because, again, with YouTube's recent policies, I'm not going to go into that. But aborted babies? Where the and then when I said he couldn't provide any proof, eventually he got around to providing me with links to things that talked about the oxide. Never once in any of the little few pieces of proof he started DMing me on Twitter did I ever see anything mentioning aborted babies in the vaccine. Again, YouTube, this ain't me saying this shit. I'm reporting what somebody else said. And in this case, I'm actually, I guess, defending the jab. Okay? Because this ain't my opinion. I want legit answers to honest and legit questions. I don't want to just make up conspiracy theories, shit them out of my ass, and promote them as fact and demand answers for them. That's fucking ridiculous. But the problem is, people like me, people like Frank Analysis, people like David Spurrier, people like Stacy for Truth, people like the Convo Couch, Nico House, anybody that has been asking questions, we will be censored and we will be lumped in with some QAnon nut jackass like that guy, spouting these wild ass fucking crazy ass conspiracy theories, linking it somehow all back to God will protect you, as if he thinks this thing is the mark of the beast. Well, let's debunk that. Again, been around religion for a long time. Revelations clearly talks about the mark of the beast and says that if you don't get it, you won't be able to survive without it. You won't be able to trade without it. So the first thing they would point to is, okay, vaccine passports. See, it fits. If you don't get it, you can't go out to eat. You can't go to stores. That's what they're leading to, right? Okay, but you also claim this thing is harming us, it's hurting us, and it's going to do A, B, C, X, Y, and Z to us. Which means if it's going to kill me, it doesn't really fit the criteria now, does it? No, there is a simple answer. First of all, for what that probably is going to be, because remember, that speaks of it either being here or somewhere around in here. Yeah, I got a shot up here. I didn't get a shot here, here, or here. Okay? But there are some things that they're talking about putting in this particular area that could change the way we do business with each other, to put it that way. So that's a whole different conversation. So this thing, from what I read in the Bible, no, I don't, think about it what you want. It does not fit the criteria of the mark of the beast. But people like myself will be lumped in with that guy as a way to censor any questions. Any questions. You won't be able to ask anything, because if you do, you're in the camp with that guy. That guy who's so fucking nuts, he raps about boiling eggs. And he doesn't do a very good job of it. But hey, you don't have to believe me. Listen for yourself. You guys tell me what you think with this.
I don't give a fuck who on it. Hit me at the breakfast, my food it warm it. Egg boiling in the morning, oh I'm on it. Hey, yeah, I motherfucking hate that I clean the plate with your face. With your face, such a disgrace. You got tooth on my plate, you mark on my fork. That's plastic, bitch. I'm the goat in the pasture. My fork made of plastic. Eggs boiling in the morning, oh I'm on it. I got rid of you. Just like that sound. What sound? You come back around. So did it sound. It's back and it's back and it's back and it's back and it's back. Back and I'm rapping and shit. I'm willing to text snap with a strap with the belt to your back. Blah 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 blah. Had a seizure. You smoke too much reefer. Your kids call me daddy. I ain't been home since Easter.
So, interesting enough, I don't know if y'all noticed, but there was a certain little snippet. See this picture right here, that looks like a beer bottle, doesn't it? Now, who am I to talk about someone else's drinking habits? I mean, that would be pretty damn hypocritical of me now, wouldn't it? Except if this guy were to have a claim that he don't drink. Like you can see right here, he said in one of the DMs he sent me on Twitter. So you don't drink, but it looks like a Yingling you might have to me or something. I mean, but it definitely looks like a beer bottle. It's a green bottle. That definitely looks like a beer bottle to me, buddy. What's that about you don't drink again? This guy, I mean, he's just full of shit. He's full of shit. He lies. He acts like he's got evidence of all this shit he's got zero evidence of. But again, the big takeaway is it's people like this that make it so people like me and others who want to have honest conversations to get to the bottom of something won't be able to. Because YouTube, mainstream media, the federal government, everyone who's going to have a say, big tech, fucking Silicon Valley, everyone who wants to shut up the misinformation and doesn't like people like us because we're trying to challenge that, they want to shut us up. And so the easiest way is to lump us in with someone like that who is obviously okay? And then they will say, look, every one of these guys are a problem for the conversation in society. They are pushing misinformation. You know, this guy puts a tweet out, and this is who's responding to it. That's what you need to know. Even though this guy does not follow me on Twitter, before I blocked him, he didn't follow me on Twitter. He was not followed by anyone I'm following. And obviously not many other people really did want to interact with this guy. He claims he's been through all these different Twitter accounts due to getting suspended and whatnot, but the guy's got over 2,000 tweets on the particular page that he responded to me on and barely has over 60 followers. Now look, I've only got over 400, but still, I haven't got over 2,000 tweets, I don't believe, either. This guy's got a YouTube channel that's been around for years. He isn't talking about anything that dicey. I mean, you think making some shitty rap about eggs and going out in the sunshine and running? Like, if you went to this guy's channel and you found it, which I'm not going to link to, because fuck him. I don't need to promote his shit. I already posted a link to his channel and this video over on Twitter. If you really want to find it that bad, you can go figure that out over on Twitter. But I ain't going to tag his shit. Fuck him. Okay? The point is, though, he ain't got but 30-something subscribers on YouTube. Motherfucker, I'm shadow banned. And I get over 800. Finally. I'm approaching 1,000 on Rockfin right now. I'm over 900 right now on Rockfin. You know, Rockfin actually lets the algorithms do its thing and don't, stifle your shit down and almost shadow ban it to where it gets no reach. But this guy isn't talking about the kind of stuff we're talking about in these raps. And, he's shadow banned. He makes videos about losing his shoes in Santa Fe, and the video ain't nothing but him moving his nasty ass fucking feet around on the damn camera laying in a bed. Yeah, I wonder why ain't nobody watching your shit, dude. I really fucking wonder why. But again, that kind of stuff gets into the petty element, but it is what it is. I'll say it. It's on my fucking mind because this guy's done got underneath my skin and pissed me the fuck off. You know, he wants to attack my fucking faith. He wants to attack my religion. He wants to tell me I'm going to be sterile, and then he wants to tell me why I should have quit my job and start citing what the vaccine is going to do to me, listing bullshit reasons about aborted babies. Look, I got my own skepticisms with this situation. I got my own concerns. I got my own questions. I don't need to make myself look like a kook by going into that whack-ass conspiracy theory world. Do I believe this is some kind of eugenics program? No, I don't. I mean, do I have proof one way or the other? No. I mean, I guess there's studies that say it isn't or whatever, right? But I don't believe that. I don't believe that that's what this shit is. I simply don't believe that. Okay? But this guy apparently does. And we're going to get lumped in with idiots like him to be able to shut us up. That's what they're going to do. And in all honesty, this video could even get removed from YouTube. Even though I've said I don't agree with what he says, the fact that I covered what he says, they could easily just take some fucking damn, formula and say, looks like there was some mention of this, this, and this. Pull it. Hell, the Lone Wolf podcast could go bye-bye over this video. Hell, I don't know. I fucking hope not, because I am pushing back against the kind of shit this guy said. But it's dangerous. It's dangerous because people who want to have legit conversations and get real fucking answers about real fucking concerns are not going to be able to properly get the momentum going to get them as long as we're lumped in with fucking idiots like this ass clown. In all honesty, some might argue the mainstream media and big tech are our enemy in getting those answers because they're going to censor us. But who are they going to point to as an excuse to censor us? Who's the real biggest enemy here? Is it the people that are going to do the censoring, or is it the people that they're going to be able to point to for it? I think I still kind of lean toward the big tech side of it, because any honest actor would say, obviously he doesn't represent all of us that are asking questions. But it's just the fact, he's going to be one of the people they use. And I guess you can't really attack someone for believing what they believe. But I don't really believe this guy believes half the shit he's saying. I think he's just I think either he's got a legit mental illness, or he's some fucking damn weird ass fucking troll that needs to go back under the bridge. Okay? Because, and be honest with you, I'm leaning toward either the dude is a fucking meth head or he's got mental illness. Because he seems to legit thinks like those fucking songs he's put out are just fucking works of art, man. He thinks he is doing great shit with that fucking music. So what we gonna rap about next week? Frying eggs? How about frying some bacon? Maybe how you milked your cow, because apparently you get homemade or homegrown milk off the cow too. Maybe you'll explain to us you just go right outside and suck it out of the cow's tit. How about that? Fucking ridiculous. But we're going to be lumped in with guys like this as long as these people are out here saying what they want. And I'm not promoting censorship, because that's what leads to people like us getting censored. But I'm just calling out the fucking ignorance and the stupidity out there that is making it harder and harder and harder for people like me and others who want legit answers about what's going on here to fucking get them. You are some of the most counterproductive, idiotic fucks I've ever fucking met. And again, it is an embodiment of both sides of the spectrum. You got the people on the far right who think this is some sort of a creepy ass fucking eugenics type deal like this dude. And he even said this was a fucking satanic ritual. He said that. No shit. Here, I'll put the damn screenshot of it up on screen. You can see for yourself. He said it was a satanic ritual. In what fucking world is getting a shot a satanic ritual? What? I told him, like, I sure hope your fucking mama never got you any shots as a child. Because if she did, I guess I'm going to see you in hell. Mr. Preach About Religion. You know? He even had the Stones, by the way. It's when he started bringing up the point of religion to mention that the Bible says the earth is flat. I've never seen that. Now, what I have heard was the Bible mention that there is an angel at the four corners of the world. I've heard the mention of, forget who was the story of, but there was a battle, and one of the guys in the battle asked God to stop the sun from moving so that they would have daylight to finish the battle. Well, obviously we know the sun don't move. Point is, first of all, the Bible spoke, the people of that time period spoke very figuratively. It's also gone through multiple translations, and they simply just did not know what a lot of what we know today. They probably did think that the sun moved. It looks like it, doesn't it? If you didn't know what you know about the earth rotating, and you just looked at the sky and you noticed the sun starts over here and ends kind of over this way, tell me something. Wouldn't that tell you that the sun's moving? But, of course, we know different. Science has shown us different. Okay? But at the time, they didn't know this. Stop taking that so fucking literally. I mean, that's cult type shit right there. And even the idea the earth is flat. Where are you getting at? Because there's four corners of the earth. So what is the earth? A fucking Monopoly board? It's a big giant flat square? I'm fucking telling you. This dude's either got problems or he's on some damn drugs that would make a Grateful Dead concert envious of him. And I don't fucking know which. Really don't know that I care either. But again, he's going to be used to censor people like myself and others because of the wild ass, wacky fucking shit that's coming out of his mouth when he does engage in this. I'll summarize it with this, what I said to him over on Twitter. When he said, don't be envious of my awesome music. Like, I'm not envious of a fucking thing you have. First of all, I've got a brain that's capable of rational thought, and you obviously don't. Okay? But, take it one step further. I really don't envy you because, number one, I know what good music sounds like. You don't. I got a brain that's capable of rational thought. You don't. Okay? And, even fucking better here, this is the final point that I want to make. I would tell you to go back and just rap about some more breakfast food, maybe cereal or whatever next time. But the problem is, you suck at the conversation about politics and world events and vaccines. You're very damaging and harmful to that conversation, almost as damaging and harmful as you are to eardrums when you rap. Point is, you suck at both. You might want to quit both of them because you're fucking terrible. But again, what do you guys think? Some might say I shouldn't have even spent the time to do this video. But you know what? He got under my fucking skin, and I think this guy aside, he ain't the only one. There are a lot more people like Mr. Mulrooney out there who are harmful to these sorts of conversations. They're making it so that we can't fucking have them. But what do you guys think? Do you think these people are a problem to real conversations that we're trying to have, and they're going to be the ones who are pointed at by the elements who want to shut our conversations up about this issue? Is that what you think? Or do you think that these people are basically nothing in the spectrum and I probably should have just ignored this ass clown? What do you guys think? Drop the comments in the comment box down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, give it that thumbs up. We'll see you next time right here on the Lone Wolf Podcast. Remember, subscribe over to the Lone Wolf Podcast on Rockfin and YouTube. And remember to also subscribe to the TFP Network. That channel is kind of like a hub for myself, Stacy for Truth, Coffee and Nuance, and the Radical Independent. We'll be putting our content here, but you can always go over there in case one of us do have to make a new channel one of these days and find us in the event that one of us gets yanked off of YouTube. We'll see you next time. Take care, guys.